Yeah, no, I think I went against him last time, and I think he's a bit short in the betting again for me. I mean, he's not bumping the strongest of fields, but I think there are some young hard knockers in this race that might give him more of a race this time. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Coastal Boys. Back with Kyle. Sorry I missed him last week. I was on a flight. It was the wife's birthday, and I got roped in. What can I say? But I see he had a winner, kept the run going, getting more and more rides, chances. Just keep up the hard work, Kyle, and you'll do well.
Thank you.
Good sponsor this year.
Yeah. Good supporters.
Good sponsor. Right. An interesting card. 8 races back on the poly. See, we carded for the turf on Friday. Holding thumbs that they have a good week of no rain. But once you see turf card, you know there's going to be rain. It's one of those anomalies in life at the moment.
Very true.
And I see Mr. Griff has 5 of the 8 favourites today. It's quite a few shorties. Haven't put up a Andrew's arrow today because I can't be tipping a 3 to 10 shot or a 6 to 10 shot as my best bet. I think they'll win, but I've looked for value elsewhere, and you'll see when we get to the races, I'll put up my each way bets. But let's start at the beginning. Welcome to Nelson Mandela Bay, the maiden plate up 1,300 meters. Our shortest price horse of the day, 1 to 3, Rungsteadland for the Smith Yard. J. Lordy, 4 to 1 with the apprentice on board. Rocking in Rio, 5 to 1, Alan Grief. And then it's 16 to 1 and better the rest. You don't have a ride in the race, Carl, but I think this should be short and sweet.
Yeah, no, I think it's Rungsteadland's race to lose. 55 and back, drawn 4. A little bit of a freshen up. I would presume they give him the filly. So I think, she should be spot on to take the first race. And then just for a little bit of quartets, I would say probably throw in the 3 and the 2, Rocking Rio and J. Geordie. But I think it's all up to number 5, Rungsteadland's race to lose.
Yeah, she's out of Canford Cliffs as filly. She's well bred. I mean, she's run second and a third to Marchland, who won a feature on in Natal. She has been a bit costly to follow since then. She got beaten twice behind Malibu Ice and this or that. She did shift from the crop, and the only slight worry would be that it's her first time on poly. But Canford Cliffs generally do go on the poly. The one that I'd throw in for trifectas and quartets and swingers is number 6, American Petal. I know it did bleed last time, so it's coming off a suspension of 60 days. But I think they have fancied this horse before. I mean, she fell on day, and she has been the same. I think Mr. Webber's not riding. There'll be a change of jockey. I see he's been medically indisposed.
I think Uzay Ramzan.
Uzay Ramzan's riding.
Yeah.
And then I saw Jason Gates riding the one later in the 4th. And they haven't put one on Tokyo Princess yet. Right, let's get on to the second race. That's short and sweet in the first. You can bet on us, maiden plate. We step up to 1,600 meters this time. Betting is made to measure, shortening from 18 to 10 to 15 to 10. By Yulu is 28 to 10. 4 to 1 King K, 5 to 1 Burning Desire, 7 to 1 Lady Majestic, 16 to 1 and better. Let's start for you on the day. I think you only start riding in the 4th, Carl.
Yeah, I do.
Speak to your agent.
Yeah, get on it.
What did you think?
By Yulu, making a Port Elizabeth debut. I thought she got some nice form. Obviously, a debut if it was good. Then just a bit of a sort of bad performance, but there was a second run going 1900, so I think she could be excused for that. I think she must be a runner in this race, drawn well. And then made to measure, she's been a bit costly to follow, but ever consistent, so she'll have a day in the sun. Could be tomorrow. And then I do like Burn Desire. I thought she made a good step up from her debut effort in Port Elizabeth. A nice short head second last time. She was very, very game that day, I thought. Also drawn 1, I think must be a runner. And then I thought Kim K also, she's ever consistent. So to me, I'll make it between the 1 and the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think those are between them. They'll fight it out, but probably leaning a little bit to the 1.
Fair enough. Agree with you with the 4 numbers, but I have a
Yeah.
different. I've put
Order.
up each way bet here. I like Kim K. I think he's progressed nicely. The Tara Lanyard was a bit quiet. They seem to have hit their straps now. They seem to be coming to form. I mean, this horse has had excuses every time. The last 2 runs over 1,600 meters. 75% on the poly, 4 runs for 3 places. The only time was out was balked at 150-meter mark and never got to run the race. I mean, and then got bumped again next time behind Jewel Mule. They have put the money down once or twice on this horse and have been burnt. But I think it's for me a free bet because I think you'll get your money back. It'll definitely run a place. That's what I do. I think Burning Desire second run after a rest behind Frequent Traveller must have a squeak. I did run 4 lengths behind Mon Papillon who won in Cape Town. But those form lines haven't stood up. No winners from 8, no winners from 7. On his Poly debut and his Quebec debut with Apprentice on board. And Made to Measure, frustrating horse, but an ATM for the owners. I mean, hasn't missed a place in the last 6 runs. Course and distance, 2 seconds. So probably the horse to beat. Welcome back, Richard Fourie, after your holiday and
Yeah.
your sojourn to Japan. And by Yulu, I'm not sure. I mean, was in Durban for a while and never ran on the poly. I mean,
Yeah.
she's a 4-year-old. She's only had 4 starts. I'd like to see her perform before I Kim K. And I think probably the only danger really is Made to Measure and and the horse Lady Majestic with Craig Zack on board. Also for Tara Lang. I think we'll learn a lot tomorrow how decent Lady Majestic. She's also only had 3 starts, and she was also did well on her pony debut behind Gutsy Baby. But Gutsy Baby didn't run the greatest of races last week. I mean, you were at it for a long way. I think you finished
Yeah.
last in that race. Even
Yeah.
stable
She
companion made it
got cut
Japan.
into.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. I did give her a squeak, but I see she ran the route, but now we know the excuse. Moving on to race number 3. Sierra Zero merit rated 80 handicap for fillies and mares over 2,000 meters. Sounds simple, but this is a complicated race, I believe.
Yeah.
Hot Hat Montera 3-1, 4-1 from 5-1 Royal Missy, 4-1 Flight Display, 5-1 Wait for Me, 5-1 Royal Kalani, 5-1 Ginger Delight, and shortened from 20s into 10s by Bet's Feast. Oh, well, you go find us a winner. I found a horse here that I do like, uh, just off the radar, and I'll get to it after you've spoken about what you thought.
Yeah. I think if any one of these come out to win, there'll be no surprise. I do like a little bit of Ginger Delight. I know she got a heavyweight, but I thought she hasn't been run too often. She had sort of 40 days since her last race. Run against that run third behind Enchanting Choice. I think they'll put her right in this race. So I do like her. At Pantera, I think she ran well last time, but she's had a hard run only 12 days ago. That's my main concern. And then I like Royal Missy. I thought 3 lengths behind Clainsy last time was a very good effort. I don't think she'll have to do much to improve in this race. And I think if the Appy, gets in a nice position and does things the right way for her, I think she definitely could be a runner. Flight Display, I think she's run well, but she's also had, the PE Gold Cup and then ran another solid race last time. She could also show up, but I do like a little bit of Royal Kalini. I heard they did like her a little bit last time and expected a little bit more. It was only a first run in PE. She had a bad draw. So I wouldn't be surprised if she can improve. So I will be going a little bit against the grain and saying probably Ginger Delight, Royal Missy, and Royal Kalani, sorry.
Which you haven't mentioned. I put up Flight Display. I know she had a hard run in the Gold Cup, and she beat Ginger Delight last time on the Wild Fig Run, but the weight is against her now. She's beat it by 3 lengths. And I see Ginger Delight abrasions on all four. Ginger Delight, I mean, just slightly worried about the trip. Never placed over this distance before. I mean, solid course form, 8 runs, 2 wins and 5 places. Can't knock that. As you say, Hat Montera been quite busy and has the apprentice on board. I think she might be the pacemaker for the Kilometre yard. Real Missy from the Nell yard, and another one has the apprentice on board. I think he might get lost in this race. That kind of race. Flight Display, solid form, a win and 3 places over course and distance. 3 wins at the course and 5 places from 13 starts. Craig Zaki on board. This horse has only had fully fledged jockey one time in his last 9 starts. So back to Craig Zaki, who ran 5th on him in November last year. I think I put him up. I think another one of those, he'll be there and thereabouts. And if he could put his nose down at the right time. Royal Kalania, also heard the same thing as you, was fancied, but faded last time, and now he's stepping up to 2,000 meters. Small field, do something. And the one you haven't mentioned is number 7, Wait For Me. Another one, Richard Ferree for the Alan Yard. Only his 4th start now, her 4th start in Quebec, but it's quite interesting, the run. 1 over 1,200 meters, put over 1,400, didn't stay, and then no finish over 1,400 meters as well. So you've got to be really, really worried about all this horse stay. She's a Vercingetorix out of Where Do We Go by Captain Al. So on pedigree, she has a chance to stay, and she did run a 4 length behind Special Glamour over 1,800. And La Patrona in a strong sense at Cape Town. So, I mean, she's not even out of it. But I put up Flight Display each way. I just think you'll get a run for your money with Craig Zach on board, another jockey that's being informed. But a tough race in a 7-runner field. And the betting suggests that. I mean, it's nearly 4 to... I think the betting, something will shorten, start probably 5-2 favourites, and I think you'll probably get 5-6 to 1 the rest. Probably the apprentices will drift. Moving on, race number 4.
Race number 4, yeah.
Play Soccer 6, 10 and 13, a 76 handicap. We stay at the 2,000 meters. The betting is, as such, Hoodwink for the Tara Langyard, Wayne Grill on board, from 7-2 all the way into 5-2. Pop Sabrage for you, 3-1. 7-2 Blackberry Breeze, 5-1 Richard the Fearless, 6-1 Hollander Bakkeré, 10-1 and better the rest. Your first ride, you'll be itching to get it.
Yeah. No, definitely. Sabrage, I thought his post-maiden was very good effort. Were drawn badly, came from a long way off them, but I thought the race suited. They went hard up front and he finished off strongly. I think he will really enjoy the step up in trip. And I don't think there's too much speed on, so they won't go flat out, which might just give him a chance to get in his rhythm. So he must be a runner. Hoodwinked, I thought he's a big horse. I thought when he steps up in trip, he must be a runner. Now they're stepping him up. Last time was sort of unlucky. He's had to wait 2 or 3 strides. It could have probably cost him winning, but I thought another game effort. So I must say, I must make Hoodwinked and Sabrage the 2 main ones for me in this race. And then Blackberry Breeze, he's been very good form as of late. I wouldn't leave him out of anything. And those are my main ones. And then Hollander Bakkeré, I thought last time he probably could have finished a little bit closer, but then again, he only got beat 2.5 lengths in a field that's probably slightly stronger, so he must also be a runner. And Richard the Fearless also ran well last time.
You haven't mentioned 6, 7, and 8 yet. another tough race, and I think you have every chance on Sabrage. Lightly raced, only had 5 starts in Quebec at 2 places, 2 wins at the track, and a third. Rare behind, beat Fantine last time, came from well off the pace. Will there be enough pace? I mean, you've won from the front on this, and you won from behind last time. So what's it going to be? You're just going to wait to see if something goes to the front and sit, or come from. I mean, it's quite 2 different run styles when he won his races.
He's pretty laid back, so he can do anything, I'd say.
Okay, that's interesting. I thought Hoodwink has got coming on. Look, I mean, another one that's stepping up in trip in Quebec, but did run 2 lengths behind the Mikado, who's been running in features in Natal. So must have every chance. I mean, the source was money for the source last time and just got nabbed, just got slow away, which probably cost him that day. I think drawn 4 today is a good draw. Must have a big chance. Blackberry Breeze, uh, I mean, ultra consistent. 9 runs at the track, 5 places, 1 win. Courses distance, never missed a place from 2 starts. But he is a bit of an enigma, and he'd probably be the one that probably lead. Craig probably try and will sit handy. Craig probably try and dictate the pace on this. Horse, one of my favourite horses, one of my pets, as we've spoken about, 2 Hollander Buckaroo. I really like this horse. I really like his run style. I think he's a decent sort, but he's held lengths by number 1 Richard the Fearless on the Wild Fig Run. But they're running on the poly and not on paper. So
Yeah.
Zitzman's still yet to have a winner since the Rinderpest. I mean, shame. Please goodness he has one soon. So for me, I like Hoodwink as my first pick. I think probably the main danger will be Sabrage and Holland. It's the kind of race I see it. Moving on to race number 5. Sorry, one we had forgotten to mention. Number 9, 60 with the Uzo Rams, comes into
Yeah.
love weight. Has won and placed at the track. I mean, stepping up in trip and was running on behind Green Planet last time. So the step up in trip could suit it, probably back end of trifectas and quartets, 1 to include. We're moving on to race number 5. Racing to fully classified stage, back to the 1400 meters. 18 to 10 Travelmaster, 4 to 1 Palancar, 5 to 1 Prince Florian and Your Ride, Hospice de Boon, 8 to 1 Bandmaster, 10 to 1 Always Shining, 16 to 1 better the next 2. Tell us, Hospice de Boon, cost
Yeah.
$1,
Hopefully,
but
I
an
think he
80.
can. Yeah, he is an old soldier. Hopefully, he can guess in the winner's box for Mr. Zitzman. That would be great. I think it's a good race for him to do it. I think if we can get out there, sort of be in the first 2, that would be ideal. Travelmaster, since they've sort of changed tactics and gone forward with him, he's really loved it. Obviously now he's stepping up from the 1200 to the 1400, so it might make it slightly harder for him. But I still think he'll be a tough one to beat in this race. And then Palancar, I thought his last 2 runs have been very good. Obviously, he won last time. It's been coming off a little bit of a break. Not sure if there's any specific reason, but yeah, if he doesn't need it, he should be a runner. And then Prince Florian also had perfect impact last time. I think won by sort of 4 lengths. So if you take him out of it, he's sort of right there in the finish. So yeah, I think he must be a runner also. And then yeah, those are probably the main ones I would say in this race.
Since having a little break, coming back fresh, Travelmasters won 2 in a row. He's
Yeah.
a 9-year-old. He's a 9-year-old, the old man of the race. I mean, course of distance, 8 runs, 1 win, 4 places. I mean, he's won 6 times at the track. I mean, he's done phenomenally since coming back. But he's stepping up in trip. But he has got a course and distance win at 1400. He has Richard Ferrier aboard. But you got to have faith with a 9-year-old. I mean,
You do.
yeah, no, I think I went against him last time, and I think he's a bit short in the betting again for me. I mean, he's not bumping the strongest of fields, but I think there are some young hard knockers in this race that might give him more of a race this time. And if they don't let Richard dictate, I think it could be a different story. Prince Freudian, I think, has done nothing wrong. The only problem is he's coming off a 60-day suspension for bleeding, hasn't run for 82 days. I'd rather wait to see where that comes from. That if he improves, has come forward from that. Drawn 8 is not the greatest. My first pick is number 2, Palancar, coming off a 63-day rest. He won well last time when he beat the Villies. Came from 8 lengths off them at the 400 meters, and he was like dropped in. I mean, he won very cozily that day. That was only over 1,300 meters. We are now stepping up, which I think will suit the extra 100. I don't think will make any difference for the source. and I'm expecting a massive, massive run from Palancar. I mean, he's closely held with even Hospice de Boon on a couple of runs. Hospice de Boon, I mean, has run quite a few close races with Palancar, but Hospice de Boon also had a few runs. I mean,
Yeah.
and I think he's a bit of another one of your tough rides. And of the rest, it doesn't look a deep race, and I think it'll come from the top 3, top 4 in the betting. Moving on to race number 6, Telebet classified stakes over 1,400 meters. Probably one of the better races on the card for me. The betting is Mr. Greer favourite again, 15-10 first officer. Give that man a bells. Are you a bells or a JB man? 3-1. 4-1 Sarando, 7-1 King Viserys, 10-1 Eugenius, El Romeochi. I'm glad they've retired. He was a non-runner tomorrow. One of the only scratching so far. He's been retired. A loyal servant to the Zispan yard.
Well.
He got his 100. That's why I clapped. And he's ultra consistent and one of the stalwarts from the yard, and he deserves a good rest, and hopefully he'll find a good home. What did you think? You're on that King Viserys. See, there was money. It was 10-1. It's coming to 7-1.
Yeah, to be fair, King Viserys last time we had a terrible trip round, got a nice position, then the one guy couldn't hold his horse, so it was honestly a mess up of a race. So I definitely think he can account himself better this time round. But then the others, first officer holds sort of the strong juvenile form lines from last season. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes. But I think he must be a massive runner. He's a real sort of hard knocking type. So I think he'll be able to take on the older bunch here. So once again, he must be a massive runner. So Sarando also, I think a big runner. He'll probably be the biggest test, I think, to first officer. He's in good form. Third run after rest, so he must be primed. And then Gillett Manabal's did nothing wrong on his debut effort. Went to the front, and to be fair, was always sort of in control. He was back that day also, so obviously they knew what they had. Yeah, I think he'll be another runner. I think life could be made just a little bit hard for him this time around with some horses that can really turn it on late. So, yeah, for me, I think first officer and Sarando will probably fight it out, and then Gillett Manabals and hopefully King Viserys can shake things up.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, on handicap, on merit rating, this horse looks to be the handicap plum. I mean, he's a 92, and he's only given half a kilogram to Sir Sarando. I mean, if they've got his merit rating correct, I think he will be a hard horse to beat. But he is a 3-year-old carrying 60.5, taking on some tried and tested. I mean, he's done well at the track. I mean, he's been to the track 4 times for a win in 3 places. Probably taken on the better juveniles in Quebec, and he looked to be just always bumping into another one of the Creve horses. I mean, so I think he just got to come slightly forward, and I think a massive, massive runner. I agree with you completely. Give that man a bells. One quite easily last start, but I'm not sure. I think he got a really, really easy race that day. I think there was trouble behind, and I mean, I know he won well, and I did fancy him that day. But I'd like to see him going forward. I mean, he's one of those horses that runs well and it throws in an unexplainable run. But if he enjoying the poly, I think he's a big runner and probably be the pace aspect. Eugenius did well and then backed on debut and then really hasn't come forward from that. So I have to give that a miss. Yours, I think, is a very, very hard ride. And I'm not sure there'll be enough pace in the race. I mean, he's quite close on that. Give that man a bells run last time. You are drawn 1, which is not a positive for you. Normally drawn low, he's a positive. But he's a horse that's always
true.
slow away. And he comes from well behind. I mean, I'm not sure. And one that I'm putting in my trifectas and quartets and swingers and exactors will be number 8, Wild Star. She's a lightly raced filly from the Sharon Kotzen yard. Second run after rest. Got bumped when she beat Eternal Spirit. And I think she ran in a 70 handicap, a 70 rated race. And she was just off winter on the green. I think that's a fairly decent race. And I think if she comes forward, she could be there and thereabouts. She's carrying 54. She's getting 6.5 kilograms from the other 3-year-old, the favourite. So she's one that I'd include. But I think it's first officer's race to lose. And wasn't a fan of Sarando. I'd have to wait and see with him. I'm not sure. I mean, he's done all right since being on the poly. 2 places on the poly, yet to win on the poly. I mean, so it's ultra consistent. He might be waiting for the turf to come back. And give that man a bubbles, another one that I want to wait and see. I think it's the favourites race to lose, and a roughie that I'm going to include in most everything is Wild Star. Move on to race number 7, swiftly. Racing today, 66 handicap for fillies and mares, back to the 1400 metres. We have another shorty, 6 to 10 New Day from the Graveyard.
Yeah.
7 to 1 Midnight Music, 8 to 1 Rocky Blue, 10 to 1 and better the rest. You are on a horse called Kamikaze, and I see he's entered again for Friday. What, are you just warming him up?
Yeah, just getting the blood going. But yeah, I think this is New Day's race to lose. Obviously being a younger filly, taking an older horse, but I thought last time she quit herself well, just got touched off. And yeah, I think today is probably a slightly easier race than what she faced last time. So I'll make a massive runner. And then for the quartets, I would say Midnight Music must be a runner, but sort of decent form. And then I like a little bit of Rocky Blue. Only problem is it is drawn badly. But yeah, I think that 2.5 lengths behind line of view, I think that's a very good run. No, she's coming off a little bit of a break, but I think if she's done enough work and things go away, she could be in the quartets for me. And then, yeah,
Short. And your horse?
Yeah,
Kamikaze?
I think might need to improve a little bit.
I mean, course and distance is good. 6 runs, a win, and 3 places. So
Yeah, well, whenever I've ridden her, she hasn't run, so hopefully I can work out.
At least you won't have to sweat for this one, carrying 63.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, no, I think probably my best bet on the day. If I was putting up a best bet on the day in error, I'd probably put up the double Rungsteadland into New Day. I think that would be my best bet on the day. I think it's her race to lose. I know there are a couple of odd knockers that have done been there and thereabouts. I mean, even your dad's horse, Welsh Starlet, I mean, I know the trip is a worry, but
Yeah,
that's one of the 8. The one that I wouldn't call in my trifectas and quartet would be called Colorama. I just think I like the profile. I mean, 2 wins and 6 places in horse and distance, carrying 53.5, drawn 5, sit mid pack. I think probably be there and there right about on the day. I think he's an 8-year-old, so getting a bit long in the tooth, but I mean, he's got 5 wins and 14 places at the track, so he knows the course. And I think he's the one that I'd include in my trifectas and quartets. I do think the favourite will be very hard to beat New Day, and I think the price reflects that. He lost 8 races on the day. We're getting to the 8th, a good race to close. Next Fairview race meeting, see you on Friday. 74 handicap for fillies and mares.
Yeah.
Back to sprint trip, 1,200 metres. The betting. Another favourite for the Graveyard. As I said, they have 5 out of 8 favourites. Tomorrow, carded. Not sure if they'll start all favourite, but I think probably 4 of them will definitely start favourite. This or that, 13 to 10. 5 to 1 Whirlybird and first Markey. 8 to 1 Marquetta, who ran last week and ran 4th for the Gila Yard. 10 to 1 Mystical Butterfly. 16 to 1 and better the rest. Again, bottom of the boards, I see Kylie, you earning your riding fees. Walk right in.
Yeah.
50 to 1. Any bet?
Walk her in. Last time we changed tactics and she raced a lot better. Better reflection of herself, I thought. So hopefully, obviously, she had a little bit of a freshen up. This was be a sort of stepping stone to going over 14. But I think if she can get sort of handy, she should give a decent account of herself. And then this or that, after once again, last time as a 2-year-old, she carried 6-2 against old horses. I think got beat 0.8, so she must be a runner this time. She is a bit awkwardly drawn, but I think she does have enough pace to sort of get over. And then I think from the favourites, the main danger will probably come from Whirlybird that ran last time behind Winter on the green. I think it's probably a stronger form line in this race, so she must be respected. And then Marketa, I think she only ran 2.5 lengths behind them on Friday. So she's in good form. Got a nice galloping weight. So I do make her a runner as well. And then to me, it's done first Markey. Must be a runner last time. Much improved over the 1200. And I think she's drawn 3. The yard's in good form. So yeah, that's the way I see it in the last.
Seen it much similar. I mean, I put up first Markey as an each way bet. I think you'll get 6-7-1. She has as much chance as the favourite. They ran together. She was drawn 7 out of 11 that day. She's now drawn 3 out of 11. The favourite from the Graveyard was drawn 2 out of 11, and today's drawn 10. The weight difference is half a kilogram for a short head. So they on paper they're right on top of each other. The one horse is 12-10 and the other one is 6-1. So I've gone for value in the 6-1. The only problem with first Markey, she has one for 660 odd days, 663 days. So it's a lost one. Let's have a course and distance form, 50%, 2 places from 4 starts. She's won at the track. She's well drawn. I think the Cliffy Miller yard have been having winners, so she's got a massive, massive chance. And I just thought I wasn't sold on Whirlybird. That's the one I know has been running against stronger and been ultra consistent. 1,007 days since her last win. No, but she's done well. She's run chunks of places. She's in her lifetime. She's 2 wins and 7 places. I mean, she's only had 25 starts. She's quite lightly raced, so something must have been wrong. She started late, and I don't know. 1,007 days is just a big red flag for me. Marketa from the Gila yard has improved last time to run 4th. Wayne Grelis on board. Must have every chance. And basically, that's the race, really. I mean, I don't see much. I think it's between the favourite, this or that, and first Markey. And I've gone with a value on first Markey. And I think we'll get a big run for our money. An interesting card, Kyle. Lots of shorties.
Yeah.
Exotics can either pay nothing or can pay rockets if you beat 1 or 2 of them.
I think so.
I think there'll be a lot of people taking doubles and trebles. Ridgemont seems to have a strong hand once again. They've got quite a few decent horses, and the horses are coming to the fore, as are the Hollywood Racing. They seem to have a winner just about every meeting. And as I said, Clearfield's got 5 out of 8 favourites, and Gavin Smith has got a favourite. But an interesting day's racing, and I think you'll be hoping to get a few places. I think you don't have the strongest book of rides. You seem to have a lot of tough rides tomorrow. I mean, horses that they'll be keeping you fit. I think. I mean,
no, definitely.
Out of your lot, what would be your best for the day? If you had to pick one of your 5.
Sabrage my best ride for the day. I think he's come on leaps and bounds, and he's definitely awesome now.
Thank you, Carl. We'll be back on Thursday for a turf card, maybe, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
If the rain stays away. A couple of those horses will be thinking, what's this I'm walking on? Back on the turf, racing on the turf.
Yeah.
Now we've raced on the turf forever. But thanks, guys, everyone. Stay safe and be lucky. And hopefully your good form continues, and maybe you can pinch a one somewhere and make the exotics pay.
Yeah, definitely.